I'm going to talk to you guys real quick about cleaning your spray rig. If you notice, we didn't use the prime spray valve. A lot of you guys are using those prime spray valves, and those things end up not lasting very long, and they're kind of expensive. If you really have a piston pump, typically you don't need to do that. So right now we're actually taking the paint out of the line. So all you do is you turn your rig on, you pull the trigger, and you push the paint out, and then he's already ran all the paint out of the line. So now he's just running water through it. And then while you're running the water through, you just go ahead and clean the pickup tube. That's what we usually do. And we don't get our rig like super clean on the outside, because if it looks too nice, it gets stolen. So we leave it looking a little ugly, but working well. All the stuff inside's working perfectly. So you just run the water through, and you'll notice at a point when I tell him to stop and trigger, and so he'll stop and trigger and let it build up a little bit of pressure and trigger a little bit. And what you're doing when you do that is that rushes the water through the line, so that it gets a chance to kind of pull off some of the loose paint in there. You rinse it once with water, clean water. Make sure you have no rocks or dirt in the bottom of that pickup. That picks up, that'll get stuck in your pickup tube. Then run a second rinse through, and then you notice I'm showing I don't even use the prime spray valve when we're doing this. I only just pull the trigger. I never use the prime spray valve ever. I usually just dunk it in the paint, pull the, turn the rig on, pull the trigger, and let it push it through the line. And then you usually don't have a problem with it getting stuck or anything like that. It just works fine if you have a piston pump, half a gallon a minute or more. If you have a smaller pump, then you just need to get rid of that and get yourself a real pump. You need a half a gallon a minute or more to be a painter. Otherwise, you're just a guy with a spray gun. So I told him this is the second rinse, so we're pushing it through. He's going to build up pressure a couple times and let it then run it so that it actually, do not do this. Do not put your hand near the inlet or the outlet. He put a filter in there and pull the trigger, but usually I'll do that only with the cap on. Just showing you what not to do. So don't do that. Don't put your hands in front of there, because I watched a guy actually with push thinner into his hand and had to have his hand amputated. So make sure you don't do that. Then the other thing not to do is, they do that all the time, it drives me crazy, is I'll do this right here, spraying with, they go, oh, it's clean water, but there's a little tiny bit of paint there. If you're near a car or something and that lands on it, it'll look like overspray. So